Namaste and welcome to today's practice. My name is Maura and I'm so happy that you're here today. We will be moving through very slow stretches and today you will need a strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, then you can try using a necktie or a soft belt. That will suffice if you don't have a full yoga strap. And today's theme is going to be working with the bones. And what I mean by the bones is working with the breath that comes underneath the breath. So typically in a yoga practice, we're very active and we're wanting to reach something, to get better at something. And it's come across in my personal practice that sometimes when I'm feeling pain in my body, I tend to think that I have to either stay away from my practice or I judge myself for what is and what isn't. So for me, I often lie on my mat in Shavasana and do some slow stretches. So today we're going to work with the fascia. So this is going to be a bit of a yin practice as well as restorative. And we'll also pay attention to what comes up in the mind and in the heart. I would like to read something from one of my favorite poets. His name is Mark Nepo, and he has a book called The Book of Awakening, which is a daily meditation. And of course, when I looked at today's message, I thought how perfect for this class. He uses a phrase called waking close to the bone. Seeking life everywhere, I found it in the burn of my lungs. And as we know, the breath is the way in which we reach the next state of our posture. It's the way in which we allow ourselves to lessen the mind and come into a state of meditation. When we breathe, we're able to find a sacred pause between action. And if we can take that into our practice today, we can maybe even see the subtleness of what's underneath the movement, even if it doesn't feel as though it's a big action. He discusses this further, and I'd love to share this because it gives us more of a visceral idea of what he's talking about. Now, simply by waking, waves of feeling pulse close to the bone, and this continual pulse is so deep it aches. It is the ache of being alive. I used to think this ache was sadness, but now know it is deeper than not getting what I want or losing what I need. This waking close to the bone is the pulse from which both joy and sadness rise, where pain and wonder meet. Now I wake on stubborn fall days that resist the cold. I wake before the sun, the world wet with anticipation, and feel this ache. The way the earth feels its core grind about that central fire that no one sees. It is the slight burn of being here. So in being here today, may we find the places that maybe burn a little. Maybe we recognize a pain that we didn't know, or maybe we allow ourselves to pull back from not getting what we think we want and instead allowing it to be this or something better. So to start today, let's find a comfortable seat. If it's safe and available to close your eyes, resting your hands in your lap, palms can be facing up for more energy or just gently resting, palms down to ground into this moment. Taking a beautiful breath in through your nose and exhaling to release it. On the next breath in, allowing the belly to rise. Inhale. And exhale to release. And before taking your next breath, imagine waking up your bones, the skeleton that lies underneath your skin, And even if it's not morning, every breath we're waking up a little bit more to life. Deep breath in. And exhaling it out. Bring your attention to your forehead, to the very frontal part of your skull. Noticing the climate of your thoughts. If you're anticipating what's to come, if you're holding on to what was, or if you're finding curiosity of what will be. And breathing into that space, gently softening the muscles. Relaxing the muscles behind the eyes. Bringing the attention to the cheeks and the jaw. Separating your teeth. And allowing the breath to come in the mouth as if you're breathing through a straw. And exhaling through that straw. Swallow to feel your throat. And as you inhale, lifting the shoulders ever so gently up towards the ears, allowing them to round back and relax. Deep breath in. And exhale as you make your way down to your chest, to your heart, your lungs, down to the belly, softening, experiencing any sensation, and letting it go. Scanning down to the belly, the knees, the ankles, the toes. Feeling your body in its totality as best as you can. Bring your breath all the way up to the top of your head. And exhale it out. Maintaining attention at the top of your head, visualizing, imagining, or intending a beautiful golden rope or cord or ribbon, one that connects you to something greater than you. Some call it source, universal energy, God, all that is. Allowing it to come in through the top of your head and make its way down your spine, one vertebra at a time. And once it reaches your tailbone, letting it drop like an anchor through your mat, through the floor, all the way through the layers of the earth. And as we read about, finding that fiery core, letting it kiss the fire. And as it does so, releasing anything and everything that you've experienced up until this point in time. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Gently placing one hand over the belly, one hand over the heart. And maybe feeling any warmth that you may have cultivated through your hands, from the breath. And honoring this sacred vessel. Whatever it may experience, and maybe it'll be something beyond what you considered. But trusting in this moment, we will breathe, We will wake ourselves from the bone to the bone. Each movement a meditation within itself. Bringing the right hand to meet the left, covering the heart space, and taking this moment to place an intention on your heart. What is it that you most need? What would you like to experience? Breathe that intention in, and exhale any expectation of if, when, and how it will come to pass. Slowly releasing the hands, allowing the palms to be up, back on the lap, wiggling the fingertips, feeling the air touching, moving. One final breath here, blowing it out through an open mouth. And very gently, if you have something underneath your seat, removing it, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the arms up overhead, and taking one stretch out to the left side, letting the hands slide down, the right arm reaching overhead. And if that's not comfortable, allowing the right hand to come to your hip, opening the heart, letting the head get heavy. Ear can touch the shoulder. And then as you inhale, drag your left hand up towards your body. Let the right hand slide out to the side, left hand to the hip, or reaching over the ear. Very smooth and gentle. And then inhale, bringing your body back to a neutral position, gently fluttering the eyes open and finding your strap. To set up for all of our stretches, it might be easy now to take the strap and create a loop. You can keep it a little bit larger until it fits around your foot and then tighten it as we move. And bringing yourself onto your back, sliding all the way back, knees remain bent. Pull the knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. And just rock gently side to side. And then the feet come back down to the mat. And now we'll take the right foot, and the strap hoop will come underneath the right foot. And at this point you can tighten a little bit just to give yourself some movement but stability. And grabbing hold of the strap, the left knee can remain bent if that's better for your low back, or you can straighten the leg out. And now we're going to play with this right leg and see how far you can pull it towards you without finding discomfort, allowing there to be a stretch behind the calf and the hamstring. And instead of really reaching up high so that your shoulders are up, you can allow your back to remain on the mat. If it's safe and available and feels good to keep your eyes closed so that you can focus more on the stretch, finding that comfortable spot and taking 5 breaths. Noticing if when you exhale, if there is more space, and then on the next inhale, you can pull your leg a little closer. When the mind starts to wander, come back to the breath. And then very gently taking the right hand to the strap and allowing that to guide the leg out to the right. This left hand can support the strap to create if the leg needs to stay hovered or if it feels comfortable to bring it on the ground. We want to make sure that this left hip remains onto the mat so the left hand can hold the hip. And again, finding your edge, moving the leg, finding the subtle position that feels good in the hip flexor. And being aware of where the mind is holding tension, where the mind maybe wants to be doing something else, doesn't think that there's any benefit to holding a posture this long. And soften the judgment, finding gentleness. Very gently now on the inhale, using the hands to support the leg all the way back up through center and crossing over to the opposite side, maybe readjusting the hip. Again, using your hands to support the strap. Finding 5 breaths. Maybe there's more if your breaths are shorter, or maybe there's less if you're holding your breath longer. Inhale, allowing the leg its natural movement back up, and then bringing the knee into the chest, hugging that leg in. Breathing in and exhaling it out. Removing the strap from underneath the foot and bring the foot to the mat first and then slide the leg out, letting that foot sway back and forth, shaking the hip out. And just lying still here for a moment to notice what is different on the right side of the body versus the left. Sliding the left foot to the mat, and when you're ready, lifting that foot up, putting the strap underneath, tightening it, and then using the hands to support the leg, pulling it towards you. Again, the right knee can remain bent or straightened leg. This can also become a practice in presence of the rest of your body, because our focus is slightly torn between allowing the leg to be straight, holding on to the strap, but then also maybe noticing what's happening in the shoulders and the back. Inhale as you pull the leg a little closer, and then exhale, let the leg come out to the left, adjusting. Maybe breathing into the space in the hip joint What does it feel like on the inside of the thigh? Sometimes this stretch will even be felt in the knee. Very slowly, inhale the leg back through center. And then cross it over the body, adjusting the right hip. This time maybe even playing with your gaze if you'd like to look over that right foot, or maybe turn your neck and look over your left shoulder. Does that change the intensity of the stretch in the hip or the side body? Inhale, exhale, and then inhale, bringing the legs slowly back through center, bending the knee, hugging the knee towards your chest for a breath in and out, taking the strap from the bottom of the foot and straightening that left leg all the way out, letting the foot splay out to the side. Arms come down to your sides, palms up for a few breaths here in Shavasana. And then finding the strap again, and this time taking it so that the hoop is as long as the strap itself. One big long strap. So we have enough that the hands can grip both sides, and then inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Reaching with your tippy toes, and then also reaching up with the arms. Inhale. Exhale, bend over to the left side, really stretching the left side of the body. You might even notice some tremoring in the muscles in the shoulders because of the extra stretch. Inhale through center, and then exhale over to the right side. Then inhale through center, exhale, bring the arms down very slowly in front of you, bringing the strap off to the side, bending both knees, hands come underneath your knees, and begin to gently rock and roll yourself back up. Finding a seated pose again, inhale the arms all the way up overhead, and then exhale, twist over to the left. Right hand comes to the outside of the knee. Inhale, grow tall in the spine, and exhale to twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to twist. And one more time like that, lifting, and exhale to twist. Inhale through center, arms come up. Exhale over to the right. Growing tall on your inhale. And then exhale, twisting and looking over the shoulder. Deep breath in, elongate the spine. Exhale to twist. One more time. Inhale, both arms come up overhead. As you exhale, bring the fingertips down in front of you, pressing into the tops of the fingertips and really stretching the low part of the back. Inhale, lift up with the heart. Exhale, simply stretching the lowest part of your spine. And then start to walk the fingertips forward, maybe coming down onto your forearms, chin to chest, lowering the head. Inhale as you begin to walk your fingertips over to the left side for a stretch. And then inhale, come back through center and walk over to the right. Inhale as you come through center. Exhale out through the mouth. And then inhale, drag your fingertips towards your body, coming all the way up. We'll need our strap again, and again making the hoop, so just sliding it down. This time opening the legs in a straddle, taking the strap underneath the left foot. The right foot's going to come into the thigh. The left hand holding the strap, and we're really working on allowing the spine to be as tall as possible as we bring our toes towards our nose. So inhale, pulling on the strap and lifting up from this inner hip part. Deep breath. Exhale. So the leg is as straight as possible, opening the chest. Maybe feeling that stretch inside the thigh. This is a very active stretch, even if it doesn't feel like it. And then gently walking the hand down, and maybe if you want to bring your hand to your hip and open up, or bring the right arm over the ear just to get a little bit of a counter stretch here. Inhale to come all the way back up. Removing the strap. Taking the right leg out. Left foot comes inside. Replacing your strap around the right foot. Finding your position first, that right hand really holding on to the strap. Left hand pulling the strap towards you as you lift up and open the chest, keeping those toes towards your nose. Breathing in and out. And then walking the hand down a little bit more, maybe lifting the left arm over the ear. Relaxing the neck. Inhale, bringing yourself back up to center, wiggling it out, straightening both legs, and now allowing that strap to be big enough for both of your feet. We'll find our forward fold like this, feet together, pulling the flesh out from underneath your hips. And again, using this strap as support, we're really allowing the alignment in the body to be our top priority. Inhale with a tall spine, and exhale. Again, as we breathe into the bones, maybe closing the eyes down, and visualizing all of your bones from the bottoms of your feet running up your legs. And if you'd like, you can use the strap to pull you down, but we're leading with our heart, so we're not rounding anything yet. And notice what it feels like as you come forward. Where do you feel this in the backs of your legs? Is there a part talking to you? Is there a part that wants to go deeper? And if so, just bring yourself down maybe to your forearms. And then let the head come all the way down, chin to chest. Inhale yourself up, support, taking the strap off, and then drag your fingertips all the way up, arms come up, and then exhale, bring them down to your sides. Bringing both feet into your pelvic area for our Baddha Konasana. So allowing the knees to come out to the sides, hands on the ankles to lift up first, and then exhale to lean with the heart. As you press your elbows inside your knees, you can keep the head up, or you can also bring the chin to the chest. We've been working a lot in the pelvic region, the psoas, the hip flexors, grounding ourselves into the mat. And then pressing your hands into your feet. Inhale, lift yourself up, supporting the knees, bring them together. And bringing the hands behind you, we're just going to windshield wiper the knees in towards each other. And then coming onto all fours, hands and knees. Keeping your strap next to you. We'll be using that again as well. Letting the body make some intuitive movements. We've been seated for a while or lying down. Maybe the spine wants to dance a little bit. And so as we wake up the synovial fluid in the spine, doing our cat-cow, let's be mindful of if we can do this slowly rather than rushing through it. Spreading the fingers wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance apart. Inhale, dip the pelvis and look up. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll do 3 dynamic postures like this. So inhale, look up. Exhale, round, and press back to child's pose. Inhale, slide through tabletop, dip and look up. Exhale, round, and press back. Inhale, sliding through, dip the pelvis and look up. And exhale, round, and press all the way back. Now in this child's pose, you can choose to take your knees wide and kiss your big toes together, really reaching the arms forward. Forehead comes to the mat. And we'll do our box breath. So what that means is we're going to inhale for a count of 4. We're going to hold for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4, and then hold the exhale for 4. We'll do several rounds like that, and I'll count for us. So exhale all the breath out of your mouth. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale regularly. Exhale through your mouth. Very gently and slowly lift the forehead up, look forward, and begin to walk the knees closer together, coming up onto all fours. We're going to use our strap to help stretch our quadriceps in our low lunge. So go ahead and take your left foot forward and preparing for our low lunge. And let's just be in this posture for a moment to notice it. Really pressing into the right hip flexor. This left knee is 90-degree angle. The hands can remain on the knee here. And then inhale the arms up. Deep breath as we look up. And then exhale as you twist to the right. Inhale, come back through center. And then exhale, bring the hands down. So reaching back, taking your strap and placing it around your right foot. And then you can bring the strap around behind you, both arms up overhead. If that's too hard, maybe just try to bring it over your shoulder. See what that feels like. And maybe even separating your front leg a little bit to give yourself some balance, and then gently bringing that back foot up off the mat. If this is too much for your right knee, you can always put a pillow or cushion underneath your knee, or you can roll the mat over to the side. So this posture can be preparation for when we are doing king pigeon. It's a posture I've never quite been able to get to. My arms don't like to have the length, but that's when we can use straps to really help us. So what we're working on now is the stretch right here in the quadricep, breathing in and breathing out. And if it gets to be too much, simply release the strap and let the leg come back down for a rest. Removing the strap, removing a cushion or whatever it is, and just straightening your front leg, bringing the head down. Deep breath in and exhaling it out. Inhale, come forward, bring that knee back down. Stretch all the way back to child's pose again. Inhaling and exhaling. It's a perfect opportunity now to release any judgments about the body, about what the body could or could not do. And allowing yourself to be curious. It's a lifelong process getting to know these bodies. Inhale, coming back up and bringing the right foot forward. Readjusting, finding that 90-degree angle. Really stretching into that left hip flexor. And then the hands come to the knee, finding balance. And then inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale as you sink. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, split the palms to the left. Inhale as you come back through center. And exhale, bring the palms down. Taking a moment to adjust yourself for what you need for the opposite side. So if the padding feels good underneath the knee, go ahead and do that first. And then take your strap, placing it underneath the foot. finding balance first, and then bringing the strap over top of your head or just over your left shoulder, and allowing that left knee to bend. Again, we're curious about our bones, we're curious about the fascia, we're curious about where we're stretching, but we're not overstretching. So if there's pain in the top of the knee and the kneecap, please release the pressure from the stretch, lowering the hand down. Finding 2 more breaths. And then releasing the strap, releasing any cushion, straightening the front leg, and the head comes down. Deep breath in and out. Coming back to a bent knee, knee comes back, removing your strap. Bringing it to the top of the mat again, we'll be using it. And press back to child's pose for 2 breaths. Inhale yourself back to hands and knees. Curl the toes under and find 1 down dog. Walking out the backs of your legs. Pressing into the fingertips, maybe even stretching the hips side to side. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the tongue come out. Inhale, rise on your tippy toes, bend your knees and look forward, and begin to walk yourself all the way up to the top of your mat. Finding the strap again, folding it in half. Bending the knees slightly, and then lifting the hands up overhead to find a stretch across the shoulders. This has been a lifesaver for me for many years. I played field hockey for a long time and really had no mobility in my shoulders. And there is no shame in using support in our postures. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, and allow the arms to come all the way back and around and down. Inhale your hands halfway to your shins and flatten the back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale halfway. Lower down. Bend the knees, open the palms, root to rise all the way up. Palms together, then come down through to the heart center. Lowering forehead to fingertips. Deep breath in and out. Beautiful. So taking your strap one more time. And we'll stretch our shoulders a little bit more. So if it's easier to just dangle in your right hand, dangle the strap behind you. And taking your left hand, grabbing hold of the strap, and start to walk your right hand to meet your left, if and when that happens. And allowing this right elbow to be up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in and out. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Gently let that left hand slide down, the right hand comes up and over, and just shaking and shimmying the shoulders out. How does that feel? Strap will come into the left hand, let it dangle behind you, and then the right hand will find the grip. Start to walk your left fingers towards your hands. And again, straight and tall, let that left elbow up towards the sky, up to the ceiling, breathing in and out. Again, breath in. Last time. Dropping the right hand down, letting the left hand come around and shaking out the arms. So let's shake out our whole body as we prepare for some standing postures using the strap as support. So again, we need our loop. And we're going to work on a balanced posture with a straightened leg. Allowing this to come around the bottom of the left foot, and just notice what it feels like to just lift that leg up. So we'll just play with lifting the left leg up and allowing the right foot to be really firm on the ground. So the benefit of having a strap in a posture where we're balancing is that we do feel extra support. So we're going to bend into the right knee and let the left toes come to the mat. And then very gently bringing the knee up. And feel that support as you hold on to the strap. And then very gently straightening the leg out. Both hands can hold on to the strap. Finding the breath from your belly, finding something to look at, a drishti. And taking your time to play with the balance. If you feel wobbly, just lower the leg down. If you need to come all the way back down and shake it out for a bit, this is your body and your practice. And then if you'd like to play with opening the leg up to the side, when we press into the bottom of the strap, we can use our hands to pull the strap towards us. And then maybe we have to come out, like I do. So allowing that opening to come as far as we can, using the strap as support. To come out, bring the leg forward, bend the knee, and the foot comes back down. Removing the strap and letting that leg just be free. Feeling into the hip. Inhale, lift the right arm up and the left arm down and stretch over to that left side. And then bring the right arm alongside the body, lift the left arm up. Right arm slides down the right leg. And back to center. And strap comes underneath the right foot. The fascinating thing about our body is that the left side and the right side are so different on any given day and whatever time of day. So again, playing with just lifting that leg up from the hip, really pressing into the left foot, then bending that left knee slightly, coming to the toes first, and then bringing the knee up, using the left hand to support as we straighten the leg, and use both hands. Readjusting the hips, seeing if you can stack them, straightening, flexing the toes. Coming in and out as much as you need to. And then even taking the leg out to the side. Remembering that our breath is our guiding force. Finding a drishti to look at. Maybe just counting to 3. And then to come out, we'll bring the leg straight, bend the knee, and lower down. Taking the strap off, setting it aside, shaking out the body. Rolling ankles and wrists. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bow down through your center all the way to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your shins. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, lower down. Opening your feet as wide as your mat. Maybe taking a thumb into the opposite elbow, letting the head dangle, bending knees slightly. Letting the blood rush to the top of the head. And let it run out the top of the head. Releasing the hands to the mat, you can grab hold of your ankles. You can bring your hands to your low back. Clasp your hands behind your neck. Or just keep them onto the mat. Very gently walking the feet back together. Coming up onto the tiptoes. And then bending the knees down. We'll find one balance posture here. You can hug yourself close as you balance. Or maybe it feels better to have your hands on your knees and straighten your spine. Finding another breath in and a breath out. And your choice if you'd like to bring your hands to your heart and slowly start to lower down. Finding your Navasana. It's our last posture with our strap. We can make it as big so that both feet are in our strap. The strap comes through the center line of the knees. And then finding the sweet spot on the tailbone, lifting both legs up. Supporting your shoulders, opening them up, lifting the spine. And if you want to play with straightening the legs or keeping them bent, let's take 3 breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very gently lowering the feet, removing the strap, and lowering yourself all the way down. Arms reach up and stretch, toes stretch. It's where we began our practice. Arms come around again as the knees hug close to your chest. Opening the palms up towards the ceiling, deep breath in. Exhale as you rock both knees over to the right. Your choice, right hand can come on top of the knees for a little extra stretch. Head can look up to the ceiling. It can look over your right shoulder or all the way over your left hand. Bringing your breath steady and sweet. Giving extra attention to your spine. On your next inhale, bring yourself through center. And exhale, dropping the knees over to the opposite side. Again, choosing to use your left hand as support for the stretch. Finding the comfortable position for your neck. Slowly inhale yourself back to center. Bring your knees into your chest to give yourself another squeeze. And then grabbing hold of the pinky toe side of your feet, opening up for happy baby. Staying still first with dead bug as we feel the tension of the opposite. Maybe the hips enjoy the compression, or maybe they want to push out of it. Again, being with the bone, being with the breath, being with the fascia. And then slowly rocking side to side if that feels good. Making the right leg straight and just pulling the left leg a little closer. And then bending the right knee and letting the left leg come straight. Straightening both legs up, bringing the feet together, clapping the feet, and then allowing the feet to come all the way down towards your pelvis, opening your knees wide for reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands can either be resting on your hip bones, on your thighs, one hand on belly, one hand on heart, or just at your side. And then very slowly straightening your legs out. Opening the arms, palms up towards the ceiling. One more full breath in and out. Melting onto the mat. Noticing all of the parts of the body that are touching the mat. And then wiggling fingers and toes. Deepening your breath. Pulling your knees into your chest and rocking over onto your right side so that your head is resting on your right arm. And taking a moment of gratitude for your body, for all that it allows you to experience. The lessons you learn from the pain, the joy that you experience in the expansion. And allow that gratitude to ripple throughout your being, through every cell, so that it can be extended to those around you and the world around you. Taking another breath in, exhaling it out. And using your left hand to press into the mat to prop your body all the way up. Using your right hand to lift your head up. And finding your seated posture, eyes closed. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, stopping at your forehead where you think your truth, your lips where you speak your truth, and your heart where you keep your truth. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for pausing between the breaths in the slow and stillness of movement. The light in me sees, honors, and bows to the light in you. Namaste.